Dear you, discovering the truth didn't break me. What almost broke me was everything I did after I discovered it. I didn't collapse the way people expect you to. There were no dramatic exits, no shattered glass moments. Instead, I woke up the next morning and made breakfast. I tied shoelaces, I answered emails, I smiled at strangers. Life kept going, and somehow so did I, but inside, something fundamental had shifted, like a house where the lights still work, but the foundation has cracked. I remember sitting alone one afternoon, the room quiet except for the hum of the refrigerator, thinking, so this is what it feels like when the story you believed in ends. But your body hasn't caught up yet. I replayed conversations, reread memories, not to torture myself, but to understand how I missed it. And then came the harder realization, I hadn't missed it. I had managed it. There's a difference. I had learned how to soften my instincts, how to doubt my knowing, how to accept emotional breadcrumbs and call them meals. That day wasn't about discovering his betrayal anymore. It was about discovering my own capacity to endure something that no longer deserved me. And once I saw that clearly, I couldn't unsee it. After the truth settled in, something unexpected happened. I didn't immediately feel free. I felt exposed. It was as if every part of my life suddenly needed reevaluating. Every decision, every compromise, every moment I told myself, this is just what marriage looks like. I began noticing how often I had silenced my own instincts, how easily I had explained away discomfort, how skilled I had become at normalizing emotional distance. I wasn't naive. I was loyal, and loyalty, when misplaced, can become a quiet form of self-erasure. I thought about all the moments I chose peace over truth, all the times I accepted half answers because full ones might require action. I realized how often I had adjusted myself to preserve a version of love that was already dissolving. And then came the hardest realization of all. I had been surviving, not thriving. My life wasn't falling apart. It was standing still. And stagnation, I learned, can be just as painful as loss. That's when the questions shifted. Not, why did he do this? But why did I stay once I knew? The answer wasn't weakness, it was hope, it was responsibility, it was children asleep down the hall. It was the belief that love, if given enough grace, could heal itself. But love without honesty doesn't heal. It delays. And that delay costs something. It costs clarity, it costs confidence, it costs pieces of yourself you don't realize you're giving away. Seeing that clearly was uncomfortable. But it was also the beginning of something honest. Once I accepted what I could no longer fix, I turned inward, not dramatically, quietly. I started asking myself questions I had avoided for years. What do I want my life to feel like? What kind of woman do my children need to see? What kind of love would honor who I've become? The answers didn't arrive all at once. They arrived slowly through action. I went back to school, not because I needed credentials, but because I needed momentum. I needed to prove to myself that my future was still expandable. Living with my parents wasn't a step backward. It was a soft landing, a place where I could rest without explaining myself. Motherhood deepened in ways I didn't expect. I became more present, more intentional. I realized that healing wasn't just about me. It was about modeling resilience without bitterness. There were lonely moments when the weight of starting over felt heavy. But there was also relief in not managing someone else's truth, relief in no longer shrinking to preserve comfort, relief in knowing that the life I was building was honest. Slowly, confidence returned, not the loud kind that announces itself, but the quiet kind that stands firm, the kind that doesn't argue, the kind that doesn't chase, the kind that knows. I wasn't rebuilding out of anger. I was rebuilding out of alignment, and alignment feels like peace, even when the road is unfamiliar. Looking back now, I see that betrayal didn't destroy my life. It revealed it. It forced me to confront the cost of staying silent. It taught me that forgiveness without honesty becomes a burden, not a blessing. I learned that trust isn't rebuilt through time alone. It's rebuilt through truth, consistency, and emotional courage. And when those things are absent, love doesn't deepen. It erodes. Faith became my anchor during this season, not as a set of answers, but as a presence. God didn't rush me. He didn't pressure me to stay or to leave. He simply gave me clarity and the strength to act on it. I learned to listen to my intuition again, to honor discomfort instead of explaining it away, to believe that peace is a form of confirmation. Today, I know this. The truth may disrupt your life, but it will never betray you. It will lead you back to yourself. I didn't lose everything when I discovered the betrayal. I gained discernment. I gained self-respect. I gained a future that belongs to me. Dear you, if your life feels unsettled right now, trust that something honest is trying to take shape. Growth often begins the moment we stop pretending we're okay with what we've outgrown. Look